All right. Well, so today I want to introduce Mandy. For those who might not know, hey Mandy.
Hello.
Say good morning. I think it's around 10 a.m. your time, is it?
It is, yes.
Did my homework. Mandy's joining us from Denver, Colorado, and she is a floral designer. Um, Weddings for sure, but I think also events, certain events you do as well. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely primarily weddings, but an event will be thrown in here and there. Corporate world is hard to get into, so if I get one, I try to hang on to it.
Yes. And you have been going like officially for 11 years in your business, but like been into floristry a whole lot longer. How long?
Yeah. Yeah, so I joined a retail flower shop in college. So that was 2005. I started in floral basically. So I started from the bottom up, washing buckets, delivering flowers, and then they slowly taught me like here's how you make a prom corsage or a dozen roses for Valentine's Day, and then it just kind of built from there.
Wow. Okay, so so you really know your stuff like thoroughly on all levels.
Yes, and lots of levels, yeah.
Love that. And one fun random fact about our Mandy, and I'm gonna need you to give us a little demonstration.
Yeah.
She can do a one-hand clap. So I'm gonna need you to
One.
and I know she tells me that this bugs the hell out of her husband, so I hope he's not in the room, but I'm gonna get you to do
No.
a demonstration for us.
It's one of those weird, quirky things that you could do. So, can you hear it?
I cannot for the life of me do
I
that.
know everyone has to try it, but yeah.
I can, but I can't.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna break my wrist if I try to do
So yeah, I think it looks funny. That's why my husband hates it, but
that. Okay, so now we've got an answer to what's the sound of one hand clapping. Yeah.
exactly.
Um, and I have to say, I know you didn't share this with me, but I found this out about you and I absolutely love it. It helps that I'm a dog person and animal person, but I love that you donate a portion of every one of your weddings to the local humane society. So maybe you can tell us a bit more about that. I don't know if everyone knows about the Humane Society. Maybe you could just say it.
Yeah, I mean, the humane world is big to me. It's something I really wanted to get into after college was going into nonprofit event work. Very hard to get into. It's very soul fulfilling, but financially it's really hard too. So I actually still currently work at a veterinary hospital as a receptionist, and I've been doing that since 2008. Um, so it just, the animal world means a ton to me. So I like to be able to give back in some way. And right now that's, lack of time with kids and things like that is donating portion of every event that I get to the local humane society. So
Amazing. I love that you do. Yeah, I just know his heart's exploding right now. Yeah.
oh
Well, a few people here, but yeah, I really love the sound of that. You don't get that a lot. So it's personally I find
yeah.
that really admirable. So
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's one way I could do something.
yeah, and like co coming to your work now in floral design. I know it's been many years, so over a decade, uh,
Yeah.
a long journey. You said a little bit about where you started out.
Yeah.
Um, But like coming to today, maybe could you like help bring us into your world a bit more? Like, because like I think most of us see the finished product like on the
Right.
day, actual at weddings, or all the amazing pictures on your website or on your Instagram. But like I would love to know, like for no one who knows about really what happens in the world of floristry, like But what happened? Could you describe to us like your
Yeah.
process? Like where does it start? What happens behind the scenes before we see what
Oh
happens?
yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, most of right now, most of my weddings come from a planner. So really making sure that those relationships are strong. And, they kind of come to me with a vague vision of what their clients are wanting, their couples. And most of the time they let me kind of interpret it as I would like to as well. So, obviously the color palettes and what they need and the location, the venue, and then I can kind of go from there and give them suggestions. I like throwing out suggestions to them as well as like, yeah, you need 7 bridesmaids bouquets and something for the escort table signage, things like that, and kind of giving them some ideas rather than just solely being on Pinterest and just being like, yeah, we'll do this photo and this photo and this photo. So trying to kind of just add a little bit of difference in each event with each couple, because every couple is different, and how to kind of portray that. So you're not just looking at the same thing all the time in every event. But yeah, it's a lot of, the admin side, a lot of planning, recipe building, months before. Like just this last week, I've had so many calls for next month's weddings as we're finalizing everything. So making sure I've got their counts. There's been a couple color palette changes, so reevaluating that. And then just making sure I have all the logistics for the venue, the timeline from the planner, connecting to the photographer to touch base with them. I usually supply some styling blooms for them, free of charge to everyone as just something to like add to what they can do with their artistry. Um, but yeah, I mean, we start getting flowers probably about 4 days prior to the event. And then we're processing those. So cutting them fresh, getting them water, making sure they're nice and hydrated. We open everything to their peak performance for the day. That's why I know everyone hates to see flowers be tossed at the end of the event, but really they're going to live like another 24 hours maybe, because we've pushed them so far to be at their most beautiful. So they die really quickly. But I do love when guests can take those flowers with them too, because I'd rather someone enjoy them for that 24 hours rather than go straight to, the compost bin. But yeah, we're working, 6 to 10 hour days every day leading up to the wedding. Being in Colorado, I really don't do anything in Denver, so we're driving at least 40 minutes to 3 hours, sometimes six if we're doing like Telluride. Um, but uh, but so it's a long day. We try to go the night before if it's anything past an hour and a half of a drive. And then yeah, we're there on site through the ceremony, setting everything up, repurposing items from ceremony to reception, freshening things up. And then we also come back at the end of the night. So, what they're 11 o'clock, midnight, we're there cleaning all the flowers and candles and everything we brought in. So it's a lot packed into a short amount of time. But it's always so rewarding. I love seeing the final product, something in your mind that comes to fruition is so incredible. And partnering with the whole vendor team is just, don't get to talk a lot the day of. We're just like going in our own flows, but just that everything comes together so cohesively is just amazing to me.
Oh.
I know. A lot and a little bit of voicing time.
Feel like I need to take a deep breath after
I know, right?
that. Wow, that is really
Right.
like I got like some of the things I knew about, but a lot of it I
Yeah.
didn't, to be honest. Like that, and that's probably still not even everything because you give me an overview. So that is
Yeah.
incredible. How much
Right. Because there's more afterwards, right? All the cleaning, all the
I like.
yeah.
I want to put you on a megaphone for all the couples that are like, why are flowers so expensive? It's such a ripoff. I want to like blast you, all of that. And you didn't even get into the nitty-gritty. You didn't talk about sanitizing buckets and stripping floor and all the things. So sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but gee, but florists work so hard.
It's
Thank
true.
you.
It's a lot.
Also, collective apology from all photographers, because I'm a photographer. We think we have it hard because we carry two camera bodies all day. No, we do not have it hard. I just have so much respect for florists because there's a massive amount of work that goes in before and after and on the day. Well, not even just on the day, but just all the manual labor that goes into it is just unbelievable. So, so much respect.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. And that's the thing is like every aspect of the wedding day, every person there has their slew of back end, behind the scenes things, or for like photographers, you kind of have everything after the wedding is like your big push. So I think that's what's great about the weddings is most of the time we have that mutual respect for everybody that we're, understanding like my job's hard, yours hard in all different ways, but we still are coming together to make this beautiful evening happen, which is so amazing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thanks for your comments, Ajna and Christian. And I was thinking the same as you were talking that this would be like a really good educational piece for couples in this network as well. Or just generally putting it out there. Because even for me, I didn't know about all of that if I'm really honest. So
Yeah.
that's been really, really helpful.
Oh,
And
good.
and do you have like a certain kind of couple that you love working with, or like a dream client of sorts?
Yeah, I think so. And of course, that's evolved in the 10 plus years I've been doing it. But, I really enjoy the couples that are like, here's the basics of what I need. But I really want to give it to you. You're the professional. You've been doing this. Kind of take your spin on it, add some really cool elements. For like me, I always try to we have a lot of great local flower farms here in Colorado. So we have access to really great long-lasting blooms, and the colors that those bring into the weddings just make such a difference. You're not just looking at something that's red. You're looking at something that is red but has tips of purple on it or a center of pink. So it gives you a really amazing color story. And I think that just elevates the weddings that we can produce in that way. So having the clients just be really trusting and being like, okay, this is kind of what I'm looking for, go, and allow me to kind of take that but of course be on the same page of them, but really just kind of let my creativity shine and all that. So
It's really making sense. Like some of the comments I read about you from your clients saying how you like you instantly put them at ease, and they're like really in awe of your creativity. And I mean, I can sense it already from the passion with which you're talking about these things. I can imagine the couples are just like, wow, like Mandy knows what she's talking about.
oh, good. Sometimes, yeah, right. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I don't, but when it comes deep down, I definitely love what I do and I enjoy being able to kind of put forth what I know and what I know I can bring my couples. So,
And what kind of like requests do you get from them? Do you ever get any quirky things that they ask for, or any things that they're really like particular about? Like I know about like the thing with like ground arches where like
yeah.
they don't want the sort of beautiful background scenery to be blocked and things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, especially being in Colorado when people are on top of a mountain, they're like, we're here for this view. We don't want anything blocking that view. So, it's kind of how to frame them so they don't get lost in that view as well. So kind of playing with both that idea. So it's very popular here to do the ground arches because you get that floral around them, but you're not taking away from the landscape that they're standing in front of. So it gives them a focal point, but and as far as weird requests, there are always around like the color peach, like Either people love the color peach or hate it. There's a spectrum. Like sometimes that peach is going to look orange, and sometimes it's going to be coral, and sometimes it's going to be a little bit yellow, And so, um, just informing the client that that's just how flowers are. They're not going to be one single color all the time, every single bloom. But I've gotten like a bridal bouquet a couple years ago. She had like five, six, seven, I think, different flowers she needed to have in there. So there was like a magnolia leaf. There was, a red dahlia because it meant something for her grandma, and a yellow. So it was a very eclectic, like, wasn't my favorite bouquet, but she loved it because it meant it had so much meaning to her, which is what it's about. Like, I'm not here to like squash that for her. I did it as best as I could in my style, and she was just like over the moon with it because it meant so much to her. So, things like that is mostly what I get. Trying to add in a little bit more personalization and a lot of opinions on color, which is hard because color is interpreted by everyone differently. So,
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Really interesting.
yeah, yeah,
With the different blooms, like these are the things that I don't necessarily think about, but yeah, I suppose you can be
yeah.
quite influenced by what you see on pictures and then expect that exact thing.
Yes.
Uh,
Right. Especially if there happens to be like a filter applied to it of some sort that either tones down the saturation or changes the color overall. That can be hard if they're obsessed with a photo that has that filter to it. That's difficult. But yeah, another one that's funny is a lot of people say they hate roses. And I'm like, you have not seen a rose. You have no idea what you're talking about. Because I think when you don't know like the wedding world or events or flowers specifically, when you say rose, you think of like a tight red rose that your significant partner gave you at prom. And so it's really funny that everyone's like, I hate roses. I'm like, just wait. You'll love roses, I promise.
that one. And
Yeah.
would you say you have like a personal dream or mission as a floral designer, or just in life that you want to share with us? What's the big dream?
Man, I mean, I have an art degree, so I always knew I wanted to do something in art. What that was in college, I had no idea. So I'm lucky to be able to kind of using that in my profession now and being able to be creative. Um, as far as like, I always knew I was going to have a family and kids. And so having that freedom, as you guys know, being an entrepreneur, kind of for the most part, picking your own schedule. If you need to stop at 3 o'clock to run to school to go grab them, you can. If you need, if they want you at lunch because something's happening, you can stop what you're doing and go run over there and do it. It's really nice. And you don't have to really ask anybody for permission. So I think that was one of my ultimate goals in having my own business and having that flexibility. So I am looking forward to my son is 6 and we have a 9-month-old daughter in the future being able to like bring them in and have them help out and be there on the day of the weddings and truly see what mom does every Saturday. So that's exciting for me. I'm not looking for like a legacy. Like I'm not gonna be like, here's my business, take it over. I'm not gonna put that on them unless they would like it. But that's, I mean, I think we hear a lot about what makes you happy in life, and I think that's it, right? Being just trying to be as well-rounded as possible. So I love working, I love what I do, and I love my family and how we can bring that all together.
I love that. I love the holistic picture that you're
Yeah.
painting. I
Yeah.
this I think I said it last time as well, but this month our theme is about burnout,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to keep things in balance, and
Mm-hmm.
not let our passions get the better of us and then take over our entire lives. So yeah, I love that you painted that holistic picture.
Right. And it's just trial and error. We know that.
Yeah, it is. It's constant, which actually brings me on to my next question.
Yeah.
The errors, the challenges. What have been some of the toughest moments, the biggest challenges for you?
Yeah, I think as far as the floristry side of things, it's always weather, especially on top of the mountain. You can pre-plan for wind as much as you want to and tie things down, weight things down. A gust of wind will come and take your stuff out, like no matter how well you've tried. So it's just being prepared, being ready to problem solve. Um, there are flower shortages. Um, there's, lots of things politically going on, which is a struggle with floral too. But being able to like if for a while everyone wanted a white and green wedding, so getting white flowers in the middle of like September was hard because that's what everyone wanted. Everyone had three weddings that weekend, wanted all white flowers. So you have to just kind of say, well, I can't get any more roses. What's another option? And really troubleshoot things a lot. And then also like if we are shipping flowers in, those are usually delayed for whatever reason. There's no reason ever given, but just shipping issues probably in general. So those are always the like challenges around floral designing for weddings and events. I think that's just pretty common. It's rare to have like everything went exactly as planned. You don't say anything till after, of course, because you don't want to jinx it. But there's always something. And I think going into the day or the week is if with that mindset is better. It will still stress me out. It's just, there's still tears involved, but just knowing that it's coming, I think is just better practice.
Wow, starting to understand those 6 to 10 hour days that you mentioned. So yeah, I can imagine when
Yeah,
challenges are hitting, it's more towards the 10. Uh,
right. Right.
and
Yeah.
if you had the power, you had the magic to wave that wand and change one thing about the wedding industry on the whole, what would that be from your perspective?
Yeah, it's interesting. And I feel like it changes too. Like I feel like the wedding industry is going through a moment right now, a little struggle moment. So it's interesting seeing that, what's happened in the last 10 years. Of course, things rotate and everything, you know, repeats itself, but I think we're really stuck on social media right now. And it influences a lot of decisions. So I think I wish there was a little bit more of a relationship part of like planners and florists or planner and vendor. There's a lot of, kind of muddied waters currently in that aspect. And new people are coming in all the time. But as far as how they were educated is different in what they do. And, it's hard competing against someone who's charging a lot less. So being able to figure out the value of what you do and share that with people has been a struggle for me for sure. And I just really hope that the relationships that I've made kind of shine that way. And that's not just what you see on social media, what you see on the website, right? It's the day of, the behind the scenes, the communication with the clients, I try to respond really quickly. I don't like delaying any response to clients or vendor team members. So just hoping that that kind of keeps me in their forefront of their mind of like, that was an easy process. It went great. Clients loved her. So, in the future, why not work together more? But, I think that's just one of the struggles I think the wedding industry is going through at the moment. So hopefully we'll be on the outs of it soon.
Keep hope alive. Yeah, I can see lots of
Yeah.
heads nodding as you're talking, so I think
Yeah, yeah.
we can all relate to. So hearing a resounding yes, we agree.
Right.
And for you personally, is there a way that we can? I mean, you sort of mentioned a bit about, on social media and, yeah,
Yeah.
supporting the value of what you do, but is there anything else that we as a community can do to support you?
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of what you guys already do, like lift each other up. You know, there's features that go out on like the stories of members, and kind of just holding, like doing things like this is great. And I wish I can attend more, but usually I'm at work. So today was a good day because I wasn't working today. My schedule is different this week. But I think just being able to voice what's going, you know, what we feel and the behind the scenes, and that just helps a ton for an understanding of not just like not necessarily the clients that need to see this, but the other wedding professionals that are on the team. Because it's easy to just kind of be in your own bubble, and you're like, okay, I got to get this done, and to kind of forget about the rest of what's going on. We all do it. And so I think like things like this is just amazing.
Brilliant. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the Connect Wed Meets advert. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing your journey
Yeah.
with us. Really, really appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank
And
you.
we've got 6 minutes, 43 seconds left on my free Zoom account. So I will open up to questions and comments from the others. Paula, you very quickly came off mute.
Yes, no, I just wanted to say that I really, really appreciate the work that Flora has done. And I think Christine was saying like we photographers complain because we have the two cameras. So from my personal experience, I can say so when I came to the States, I started working in a flower shop, and the amount of injuries I had in my hands. And then you keep working on them and they get infected because then you keep working on the flowers, and then all the cuts, and then the tiredness that I feel after photographing a wedding, it's never going to compare to the tiredness that I felt doing flowers.
Yeah.
And I love the flowers and I love the process, but not only that, but I work in that, I think, a year. And the talent, people think, I think saying like, oh, flowers are pretty, so you're going to get like a good uh, result no matter what. It's just like saying that you have a good camera, so you're going to have good photos.
Right.
I was never able to make, like, I was like, but why yours is like that and mine is not?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the shape. Each flower has like a personality and a thing, and so like read that type of thing, so that there's a certain talent that I think people just don't get, and they just said like, oh, it's just the flowers. So just get the flowers, just get the cheap
Right.
flowers, and then you just get the. So thank you
Right.
for what you do. I totally understand.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yeah, I was just gonna say like I get it.
Yeah,
It's
it
not-
is hard work, you know, all the same. Yeah. So thank you.
and the creativity and the talent to make it look good. It's not gonna look good just because flowers are pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ajna.
I just want to say, like, yeah, first of all, I'm so glad you asked that question, Prit, because I have always maintained, I'm a planner for those of you who don't know me, but I've always maintained that the industry as a whole would be a lot better off if people would like go just spend a day in other suppliers' shoes, like go assist a florist, go carry a photographer's equipment, go, you know. So I love that Prit asked that question. We were able to hear about, you know, what you really do. But also, like, it occurred to me, like, how little we really know our colleagues, like even the people we work with again and again and again, like,
Yeah.
you know, we don't really ever get to know, not ever, but usually we don't really get to know what's behind the person. Like every
Yeah.
person on this call, I guarantee you, does something really fascinating that we don't really know about. So it was really like hearing you talk about the work that you do with the Humane Society and all that. Like I know a lot of animal lovers in the industry, but like that's really fascinating that you do. I mean, it's amazing that you do it, but it's also really fascinating. Like there's so many layers to us as humans, and what we see is just like, oh, she's a great florist, or oh, he's easy to work with, or, you know. So I really, yeah, I really love hearing
Yeah.
about how incredible our members are.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna ask me to clap for them now. So that's out in the world.
We're gonna have to get a screenshot of everyone doing that at the end. Do we have any more questions or comments? Thank you, Ajna.
No, because I don't get how it works that. So please send us a tutorial about how to do the clapping because it's too hard.
I've just put Mandy's Instagram in the chat, friends, if you wanna go
Thank
follow her.
you.
Okay, well, if no one else has any comments or questions, but by the way, I usually say that most of the magic happens outside of these sessions. So there's never ever any pressure to ask all the questions, to say all the comments now. This is about building relationships also outside. So please do contact Mandy, drop her a DM, comment on her stuff, and yeah, let's keep this.
Yeah, reach out anytime. I'm an open book. So yes, if you do need a tutorial, I'm sure I can put, a PDF together for you.
Thank you.
Kidding about that. We actually are going to do this screenshot now, I insist. So, everyone, your best attempt, apart from Mandy because she's a pro, your best attempt at the one hand clap in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
Actually, you know what? I can do it, but like I'm not gonna try right now because I only can you only do it with your right hand because I
No.
cannot do it with the left. See? So I can only do it with the right, but right now I can't.
Yeah.
Do you just have a really flexible hand? Can you
You just need to
how?
relax the fingers
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's
Relax the
about
fingers.
relaxation.
What a stone cold pack of weirdos we are.
We gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
On that note, have a great week, everyone.
Yes, thanks for having me,
Have a great
guys.
week.
Friends, thank
Thank you, Mandy.
Bye.
Thank you,
Mandy.
Bye.